How you doing, YouTubers? This is Galen. I'm making this video out of Ogden, Utah. I'm on my way to Post Falls, Idaho. Load of chicken. I had a two-stopper. I picked up, and the first one was in like the Dallas area. Then the second one was a pickup in Oklahoma. A real small town in Oklahoma. Eden, Oklahoma. Picked up a load of chicken, so I'm just sitting here. My appointment ain't until Wednesday morning. Today is Monday, Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to everybody, especially those who still working like us truck drivers. We don't get days off. We wish we can, but 24/7, and that's the reason why I was making this video. I was making this video because I listen to the news. I listen to the news a lot, and a lot of people get thanked when tragedies happen, i.e. what happened in Baton Rouge, and I hope everything gets better down there, and let's keep them in our prayers as drivers. But as I'm listening to the news, when stuff started to clear up and everything, a lot of people was getting thanked, the volunteers for helping to come pick up, the National Guard, the police, the neighbors, the people that, everybody else. Now, I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying no, don't thank them. But one profession that doesn't get the thanks, it's truck drivers. As you know, that there were a lot of Red Cross loads, as truck drivers, we came in with the truck loads with supplies, stuff to help them out. I get online and I see that there, people were booking loads, and there were loads, for the relief of them, to help them out. And that's the one profession that didn't get thanked, was truck drivers. And that's what I started to realize as I'm driving more and more, that we don't get. Now, I don't want everybody to just drop everything what they're doing and give us a federal holiday, because we don't need a federal holiday. But we don't get appreciated enough like we should. If truck drivers don't know, I believe our profession is one profession that not only that would affect this country, it will affect the world. If containers, they shipped on trucks, food on trucks, etc. So this is why I'm making this video. I'm making this video to say thank you as a truck driver. Thank you for what you do for this country, for this world. We have a major impact. I was thinking the other day when I was driving, I was like, how truck drivers are? We are like, you ever had like a item that you needed to put together, and you just bought it, but it's missing maybe one screw? It's a major item. It's a major project that you're putting together. And it could be something simple from a baby crib, or a fish tank. Just something to put together. A bed, a living room set, dinette set. Just a set. But it's missing just that one itty bitty little screw. And without that one screw, you can't put it together. That's how we as truck drivers are. It's a big world out there. A big world. It's a lot of parts to it. And without us, we're, like I said, those screws, when you're eating at your table, you don't think about the screws that's holding it up. Or when you're sitting on your couch, you're not thinking about the screws that's holding the leg up. If the leg missed, then that's when you realize. And that's how we are. If we don't move, that's when people would realize us. If 2 days truck drivers, not one truck move, this world will go into a complete depression. That's how important we are. Fuel won't be delivered. Without fuel, cars can't move. Without cars, it's like a butterfly effect. Like I said, without cars, people can't get to work. Without people getting to work, stuff can't happen. So it's like a butterfly effect. We are we're small piece, but it's a major function. We have a major function for this world. And like I said, it might be some gibberish to some of y'all, and then some of y'all may understand what I'm talking about. Like I said, I like to think, we come in all different shapes, all sizes, all races, different backgrounds, but we're doing, and we have our own reasons why we truck drive. Some of us is, for the money. Some of us is, just to travel. Some of us is just to get the skill. Some of us because we want to own our own company. We have our different, but we're doing the same thing. We're supplying this country. We're supplying this country with the goods that it needs for this country to go. From fuel to animals to cars to, I see a little bit of everything. From sand. I've seen people with a load of sand. Just plain out sand. But that sand has a purpose. You gotta realize, you might go to a manufacturer where they shoot some sand in the back of your trailer. You're thinking, wow, what is a load of sand gonna do? But the sand that you drop off might be going into sandbags to help from flooding or from keeping something down. Everything that we have, and we carry in these trucks, no matter what size your trailer is, from 53 foot to just a normal box truck, we have a purpose of what we're doing to serve this country. And like I said, we don't have to have a federal holiday, and we don't have to have every time we deliver somebody pat us on our back. But like I said, I'm just making this video to congratulate and thank everybody for doing what they do for this country, because we are a very important piece. Like I said, without us, the bigger project won't be made. This world will go a catastrophe if not one truck move. And I always thought to myself, maybe there'd be a movie like that made about just no trucks and just see how it affects, this world. Because like I said, it's not just this country, it's this world. Because some of the stuff that we carry comes from overseas, and then it goes to containers. Then off the boat of the container, it goes on the back of a truck. Then from the truck to a warehouse, to the warehouse to your truck, from your truck to another warehouse, from the warehouse to the shelves. That's how it works. So know that, yes, we might not get applauded for every delivery we do. We might not be on the news for being, heroes to this country and stuff like that. Because like I said, I'm not comparing us to the military, or I'm not comparing us to law enforcement and stuff like that, because I respect all of them. I served 7 years myself. Alright, and I appreciate, and I'm happy for what they do for this country. But I'm also happy at what we do as truck drivers for this country also. Like I said, some of y'all might be like, oh Lord, this is just a speech or something like that. Show me something. No, I just want to just thank you. Thank you as a truck driver, the person that's watching this video. Thank you for what you do driving it, because if it was easy, everybody would do it. That's the same way with military, a lot of stuff. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But everybody's not doing this. It takes a skill to drive a truck. Like a lot of the older drivers, I hear it on the CB. Oh, they're just steering wheel holders, blah 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 blah. No, you can't just be a steering wheel holder. You get cut off. You got to worry about the knucklehead and the four wheels next to you cutting you off, then braking real hard. And you got 80,000 pounds. You're trying to control 80,000 pounds from sliding into them. You got to be aware of that. When you back up, you got to be aware of how to control 70 foot worth of machinery. 70 feet long. You got to back into a little dock. Right precision. Without that, it's a skill. Trust me. And I applaud those who've been doing it for 20, 30 years. I know everybody's backed up and they started just sweating. It could be cool as I don't know what outside, but when you back up into some of these hard spots, you just start feeling the sweat come down your face, because that's when your skills are kicking in, and you're focusing more and more and more, and you're making sure, okay, back up a little bit, okay, I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna back up, all right, 90 degrees, let me start straightening it up, the tires pass. It takes a skill to do what we do. And I want every driver, new, old, who's ever looking at this video, especially to the new drivers, what you do behind this wheel is a skill. It's a skill. You learn something every day. Unless you're on like a dedicated route, then you just the same route. But if you're over the road, this is a skill. Because we don't have like okay, this is how your dock is. Your dock is this. The best way to get it. No, we pull up and somebody says, all right, we need you in that hole. And it takes you as the driver to get out, assess the scenery, and say, this is how I'm going to back in. Every single dock is different. Some are easy, yeah, where you can just straight up and come straight back. But then some is like, oh, I have to 90 degree this in nice. And when you back into some of those places, it's perfection. You have no room for error. No room. Or you turn up something. And that's the reason why I say it takes a skill to do this. Everybody can't do it. Because think about it. You're telling me I don't have to have a college degree, and I can almost make $60,000 a year starting off, $50,000 a year starting off. If you just ask just a normal person, hey, well, how about, I can get you a job that, you have no, we can train you for, what's training these days? 2 months, 3 months? We train you for 3 months, and now here you are, you're going to make $60,000. Everybody would do it if it was just that easy. But when some people see this truck and they're like, oh my God, you're 5 foot in the air, sitting down, and you're controlling 70 foot of vehicle, 80,000 pounds. From 30 to 80,000 pounds. So don't take it lightly what you do. Don't take it lightly. Because it's not. Some of us, we might, oh, well, I can back in with no problem, blah, 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 blah. No, trust me. They're still drivers 20, 30 years. When they pull up to the dock, they still got to think, how am I going to do this? How am I going to get in there? You have to take time and think, okay, how am I going to back into this without crashing? Knowing that, okay, if I mess up, I can get fired, I can lose my job, I can lose my license, etc., etc. And then this vehicle is a weapon. 80,000 pounds going at 65 miles an hour. Some of these trucks I see 80 miles an hour. 80,000 pounds. Trust me, it's all it takes is one car and you can take a life. No matter if you got 1 mile or 1,000,000 miles. I talked to a guy at Warner. He was telling me at their orientation they show a video, 1,000,000 mile driver, 2 million miles, I think he had, safe driving. His first incident, I think he handicapped or paralyzed a kid, an athlete. 2 million miles safe, 2 million miles. That's over 20 years. Depending on how you drive, 20 years of driving. Not one ticket, not one mess up, not one scratch, not one ding. His first incident, he ran into the back of a car when it was snowing. Now, I don't know what he was doing. Nobody will ever know. But he ran into the back of a car and paralyzed the kid for the rest of his life. Alright? So, that's all it takes. Now, he was lucky. Now, some truck drivers take lives. And some truck drivers lose lives. So know what you do is important. And know that you have to take your time. Alright? Like I said, we don't get days off. I mean, we get days off, but holidays, we still gotta run. Trust me, it's Labor Day and I was driving and you see trucks going up and down. Cars not as much, but trucks up and down, up and down. Christmas, Thanksgiving, it doesn't matter. We have to go. So know what you do is important behind that wheel. And I appreciate what you do. I do. Because one day I'm going to be off the road, but I'm going to still thank drivers for what they do. Because I'm going to still be able to get food, get medicine. And at the end of the day, I know as an ex-truck driver, okay, hey, a truck driver brought that in. Trust me, some of y'all carry medicine, food, water, stuff that we need to live as humans. Stuff for our animals, pet food, from turtles to anything. It comes in trucks because you can't take a plane there. A plane can only go but so far. So just know what you're doing behind that wheel is very, very important. And y'all have a good Labor Day. Y'all be safe out there if you're still on the road. The winter time is coming. You know the crazies come out at winter time. We need to make sure that we because the winter time just not good for us. Every winter it's always a pile up of trucks. Alright? Let's be more aware of what's going on. Take our time going up and down these highways, okay? Y'all be blessed out there. Like I said, thank you for what you do, and talk to you later.